Then angle B corresponds to angle E. 2 marks here. And angle F, say 3 marks. If these two triangles and its corresponding sides and angles are equal in length and measure respectively, then the two triangles are congruent. Sa Tagalog pa, pag sinabi natin congruence, ang salitang congruence ay pareha o magkatulad. Kapag ang katapat nilang anggulo at ang katapat nilang sides o kanto ng dalawang triangulo ay magkasing haba at magkasing laki ang sukat ng kanilang mga anggulo, tinatawag itong magkatulad o parehas na mga triangulo. Sa waray-waray pa, kung nanduluro ang triangle, puro parehas sila. Kung nanira magkatubang ng mga anggulo, ang naninira mga kanto, parehas kahalaba. So, hindi nanduluro ang triangle, parehas. What makes it a congruent triangles? So, the conditions must be the corresponding sides and corresponding angles of the two triangles are congruent, then these two triangles are congruent. Okay. Let us discuss further about congruence triangles. We have the so-called triangle congruence positive. So based on our observation, investigation, it does not need further investigation to prove that these two triangles are congruent. We simply need the three corresponding parts. It's either a combination of the sides and angle, or the three sides, or the three angles. First, we have the Sss Congruence Positive. When I say postulate, it does not need a further investigation, simply assuming that the two triangles are simply congruent. Just like looking at the cloud, and the cloud is darker, we simply say that a minute after or an hour after, there will be a precipitation. Pagkita na natin sa masino, mawala na ini. How we not postulate without further investigation, by simply looking at it, we will be able to come up a conjecture that the two triangles are congruent. So this falls on the triangle congruence postulate. What does it mean, Sss congruence postulate? It refers to the three sides of a triangle. By simply looking at the three sides, three corresponding sides, pagkikita lang ang hirang mga katubang, natutulo ng mga sides. Kung parehas gani kahalaba ang mga sides, then ito hila na po ang side congruence postulate. For example, if this is triangle MAN or triangle MAP, then we have triangle PQR. Assuming that ang side AM corresponds to QP, side AM corresponds to QR, then side MM corresponds to R, or vice versa, Okay. If this side similarly marked with that side, with one scribe mark, or calibrated with one isusuratan ninyo sa bagis. Ito nga side. Pag direction nito, inihiya ay parehas ang bagis, parehas ang halaman. Not-corresponding side sila. Pagkakubang. Nga inihiya, may duluha nga bagis. Yung bagisan, duluha na scribe mark. It's understood that these two sides are equal mathematically, After we use symbols for indicating similar or equal in length or equal in measure. Then the other one is please square mark. And take a look at it. Our consideration, our concentration is on the sides of these two triangles. And these sides are corresponding sides. Meaning, if they have equal in length, then it falls on side congruence postulate, or SSS congruence postulate in abbreviated form. However, if one of the corresponding sides or angle are not equal in measure or in length respectively, then the two triangles are not congruent. They must be also on the SSS angle. Looking at the three sides of the two triangles. Next, we have the SAS congruence postulate. CP means congruence postulate. As I have written here, just abbreviated it, ano? Side angle side congruence postulate. What does it mean? Anong palaisip nun ini? Duduhain nga triangle. Duduhang nga triangle. And here's the triangle. Assuming that this is triangle ABC again, and this is DEF. Then we presume that AB corresponds to DE. Then AC AC corresponds to FD or DF. When we say side angle side congruence postulate, we refer it to two sides and included angle of these two corresponding triangles. Where is the included side? The included side is between, or excluded angle rather, is between the two sides of a corresponding triangle. Angle A must be congruent to angle D, so that included angle is what we have referred here as Sss Congruence postulate. Then these two triangles are congruent. We only refer it or concentrate it or looking at it or investigating it on the three corresponding parts. Duha nga side, two sides, and an included angle. So when you say included angle, these angles are found between the two sides of a triangle. Between the two sides of a triangle. Or a consecutive sides of a triangle, the angle lies in it, and tinatawag ito yung included angle. So wala pa, ini nga angulo nakikita nato, ang nasasakupan, ang duduha nga kantuhan triangulo. Tinatawag ito included angle. So kung sugad man ito kabuka, this would be our investigation or observation, then the two triangles are congruent by Sss. Side, angle, side, congruence postulate. Next, we have the Asa Congruence postulate. What does it mean? The two angles of the corresponding triangles and its included side are congruent, then the two triangles are congruent by Asa. Let us illustrate it. We have triangle N and O. We have P, Q, R. Okay. For instance, angle M corresponds to angle P, which are congruent. Meaning to say, equal in measure. O waray-waray, parehas kadako ira buka. Parehas kadako. Ira sukul. Then we have angle N is congruent to angle P. Q rather, since N and Q are corresponding angles. So therefore, what we are looking into in these two figures, the included sides, ang nasasakupan nila, ang duduhang na anggulo. Hain man nila ang side na nasasakupan. So, kikitaon na ito na magkasunod-sunod na anggulo. So, ang magkasunod-sunod na anggulo, kung hain nag-coincide, no? Nagtugma, no? Nagtanday, ano pang tawag ito? Nagtumbaway in either sides ang hinigit. So, these sides coincides the two angles, angle N and angle M, between angle Q and angle P, which are the corresponding angles respectively. Then the two triangles are congruent by included sides. Correction yun na tutumbaway niya duha nga magkasunod nga angles bilang triangulo, included side ang tawag ito. So these two triangles are under the Asa Congruence postulate. What is Asa? Angle side, angle congruence positive. Next, last we have the Saa or Aas. No? Sas or Aas. Ano ba nga libro? Aas dito. Ano ba nga libro? Sa pero parehas dito. Anong correction nito? Congruence positive. Ang ibig sabihin ng dalawang anggulo ng dalawang magkatapat na triangulo ay magka-same sukat. Parehas ang kanilang sukat. Ang non-included side ay parehas din. Anong itsura nito pag iguhit natin? So ganito mangyayari niyan, ano? If our observation of these two triangles lies on a so-called Saa or Aas congruence postulate, then this would be triangles. Assuming that these two triangles are congruent in terms of their conditions given. We have triangle again, N, O. We have X, Y, Z. Let's say angle X is congruent or equal in measure with angle N. Then angle O is congruent to angle C. These two corresponding angles are equal in measure. What we need, one is the corresponding of non-included side. Ibig sabihin, hindi siya nasasakupan. Nasa labas. Nahagawas siya ang duha nga anggulo. Ay, may nga side. What must be the side? So, this would be MN must be congruent to XY, so that these two triangles are congruent by as not included side. Nagawas here. Or is either be NO or YZ. Either of these two would represent that these two triangles are congruent by AAS or SA. Okay. Do you have any questions regarding this lesson as to identify or determine the congruency of the two triangles using this postulate? Actually, class, a triangle can also be used in real life situation. No? If using braces such as making bridges, tower, if you do not have the same measure of each triangle that utilizing it as a basis of our building a tower, then your tower will be collapsed. So this must be applied in a real life situation as making it as a real one. No? Dapat tabang, dapat namin pupulig ini napasayon, nga napa, minus-minus at gasto, kay kumalis-kiras siya, may lino, matutumbay ya, kundi niya balansi. Okay, no? Kasastaw na kita na bang tawel, sugat? Nagiging yung tawel, mga triangle ito nakita, no? Nakita yung mga triangle. So, puro parehas gani ito kita, no? Nandiyan mga angle, triangle, nila parehas. So, balansi iya. Kung mag-ililong iya, kung mag-earthquake, di iya, basta-basta natutumba, kay balansi iya. Now, here's your seat work. Your seat work is to answer this question for further discussion. Okay. By looking at it, the exercises given, which of the following figure is a pair of congruent triangles? As what I have said, that when it is similarly marked, indicated such symbols mathematically, we'll be able to investigate or come up a conjecture in a form of conclusion that these two triangles are congruent. Which among the four? A, B, C, or D? The answer there is letter C, because it is indicated properly that these two triangles made out of this diagonal AD, we have angle ACD and angle ABD. So this diagonal side, if we're going to bisect it, no? Separate it, this AD is congruent to AD. So this is the only figure here marked similarly. Your answer is letter C. No? A triangle ACD is congruent to triangle AB, as it is similarly marked through its indicator on marked sides and angles respectively. Number 2. In the figure, we have triangle cry. We say cry in a counterclockwise reading the letter CR prime, right? And OBS, which are congruent to each other. So triangle cry is congruent to triangle OBS. What is the side corresponding to SB? Where is SB? SB. So we have here the 3 marks on the corresponding angles as angle S, and we have also here Y going to left. So we have the answer here is YR or RY. In general, in reading such sides of a triangle, you can do counterclockwise or in an opposite direction, left to right, right to left. But in naming it mathematically, whatever the position of the first one that we are going to mention to the second, it should be in order with the first. But in general, you can read as this. You can read as YR or RY. It is clearly understood that this side is referring to YR or RY. Get it? If you have any questions, suggestion, or any other mga pakialam, mga di nasasabtan, kung ano ang insisiling nga parehas o pareho ng mga triangle, pakialam. No? So that we will be able to instill in your mind that when you say congruency, it does not limit to the word the same. Mathematically, when we say congruence, it refers to angles and sides of the corresponding parts of any polygon. What our lesson is simply on triangle. The word congruence could also be applied on other polygon, but in this case, we only refer on triangle, so we see to it that our consideration, our concentration, our required investigation falls on the sides and the angle of a two triangles. Okay, so that's it. Now let's have your quiz. In your 1 4 paper, try to answer this quiz and answer it in 5 minutes. Then you will be given also 3 minutes to review your work. Then after that, you pass it. assignment would be on proving two triangles are congruent. Proving, no? Ipapamatuutan ng duluhang nga triangles. Ada natin mabasa page 358 to page 360. That will be our next lesson, and we will be having our graded presentation for the next lesson that we're going to discuss and tackle about two triangles are congruent. Proving it using postulate and other properties of congruent triangles. Thank you and bye.